Since Fortnite Festival Season 8 is just around the corner, I decided it would be a good idea to rank every single Fortnite Festival season. If you happen to enjoy this video, consider leaving a like and subscribing and using code WATSOG in the Fortnite admin shop. Also remember, at 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to be ranking every single Fortnite skin, so make sure to subscribe. Alright, let's get straight into the video. Alright, to start off, we have Festival Season 1, and I would probably place this in A tier, and this is for just a few reasons. This season was obviously the first festival season, so basically we could thank this for the game mode even existing in the first place. The headliner, I am personally a really big fan of. I think The Weeknd's a really strong artist, so great first headliner in my opinion. And yeah, just like overall the vibes here were amazing. They were so nice because Christmas time, you know, brand new game mode, festival, really fun. And you know, for the songs themselves, the songs are fine. I don't really go back and play a lot of the songs from this season in particular anymore, but for the time, I think they were good, you know, back when The Search was the hardest song in this game mode, which was, that was pretty interesting time, I will say the least. But yeah, overall pretty solid season, pretty great vibes, and there's nothing much else for me to say about this season. Alright, next we have Season 2, the Lady Gaga season, and I will put this one, I'd probably put this in D. Now, it's kind of like Season 1 a little bit, but I just don't think the songs this season were too great, and there just wasn't enough, like, interesting changes, in my opinion, to really, like, buff this up at all. It's not the worst season. It was still fun, still enjoyable, but, you know, I just can't really place it any higher than this. And I will say for most of these seasons, I don't think any of these have been bad, per se. And I'll actually put Season 1 down a rank. I'll put it down to B tier. I don't think any of these seasons are bad, except one, which we'll get to in a little bit, but, you know, I just gotta have to place it somewhere, and that's where I'm gonna place it. Alright, next, we got Season 3, the Billie Eilish season, and this, I'd probably throw in A tier. This is a really solid season, kind of similar vibes. I do think this is like one of the better vibe seasons, like it's kind of up there with Season 1, in my personal opinion. And this also had the introduction of Pro Controller support, so now you had Pro charts for lead and bass, and I think that's just an overall really good change, you know? Again, you know, songs were not too crazy this season, except for at the end. We did get some good ones at the end for teasing Metallica for the next season, which those are some pretty good tracks, in my opinion. Those are some difficult charts for the time, and yeah, I think this was overall a solid season. I'm not going to really bring up the festival passes much in my ranking for these, but this one had a pretty solid festival pass in my opinion. And as I said, Pro Controller support, really great. Also, just some touch-ups to the highway with like the white notes now, as well as the Pro colors. I think it was just some nice quality of life details that we kind of needed in this game mode, and I'm just a big fan of it. Alright, next we have Season 4, the Metallica season, and this is easily the best season in my opinion. I know it's kind of early to say that's the best, but it's the best, okay? I just think this had overall the best tracks, like the best charts so far, and you know, Festival Pass, I said I'm not going to count that too much, but 4 skins in 1 pass is pretty good, I'm not going to lie. So, you know, pretty cool. Stage was also the most unique stage you've gotten up to this point. Like, with all the other 3, I could barely really tell a difference when I was actually playing. Like, they'd post the image and be like, oh, I can notice some things, but this was the first time where I could, like, actually say I noticed something in-game. So that was cool. We also got Battle Stage, which Battle Stage is kind of falling off, I'm not gonna lie. But, you know, it's just a nice way to spice up Festival a little bit, you know, if you ever get bored of playing Main Stage, you know? So, just a nice extra game mode. And, yeah, you know, this one really took advantage of the Pro Controllers, I would say. You know, some of these charts are, like, way more difficult on Pro Controller than they are like anything else, which, you know, that's cool, that's fine, you know, it's fun. And yeah, I just say this is overall the best season we've had so far, so that's why it's an S tier. Alright, next, this is the only season I would say is a bad season, and that is Season 5. This is the Karol G season, and yeah, this was easily the worst season we've had. Now, the Festival Pass was kind of mid, I'm not gonna lie. I said I don't want to take that into account, but I'm just gonna mention it. Kind of mid Festival Pass. The songs this season weren't too crazy. They were kind of boring for the most part. We did get Beyond the Flame this season, I believe that's when we got that song. It could have been Season 4, but I believe this was Season 5 because I'm pretty sure that was around the time FNCS was happening. Could be wrong, but I think that's when we got that. And that song's pretty good, but other than that, I can't really name any other songs I really remember from the season. The main problem with the season was that there was just so little content. Like, this was when they started like dropping off the songs they made. Earlier we used to get like I believe like the lowest we got during this season, Season 4, was like 4 songs, which was pretty good, but now during like this season, 4 songs was a lot for like 1 week. Like previously, 4 songs was quite quite a little amount, but now 4 songs is like crazy. You don't think we're ever gonna get 4 songs, and that's been a trend for like the past like few seasons now, and it's kind of disappointing to see in my opinion. We only really get like big song updates like at the start of a new festival season and a battle royale season, which is a bit upsetting, you know? I just wish that wasn't the case, but what can you do? What can you really do about it? But yeah, just really bad in my opinion. There's just nothing going on. It was like such a dead time for the game. Nothing crazy even changed about the season, and yeah, just not good. Alright, next we have Snoop Dogg Season 6, and I'm gonna throw this one in A tier. I'm gonna throw it behind Billie Eilish this season. So this season saw a lot of nice quality of life changes with like the UI and stuff, and the stage itself was really good in my opinion. Some of the quality of life things included like the name of the song happening on the side, as well as like a time bar, tell you how long the song is, how much time you have left in the song. Really solid. Also, I believe the season saw some changes to how you got XP, which was nice, you know? I believe that was the season. It could have been season 7, the current season, but I believe that was season 6. Also, this is the last festival season to have the old festival pass layout, or the old mini pass layout, so that is also interesting. It was also the first festival season I should say, to have the XP level up. This got rid of festival points, which I do think was a good change for the festival pass. Festival pass was also pretty solid this season, I remember. But yeah, other than that, you know, nothing too crazy. A lot of quality of life changes, and I just think the vibe this season was pretty good. Alright, and then finally we have Season 7, the Hatsune Miku season. And I will say, I'm going to put this in C tier, but I will say if it continued to have like the strength that it had at the beginning of the season, this would be a lot higher up, in my opinion. The start of the season was really good, got a lot of cool changes. Stage again is also pretty good. I do like the stage. I believe we got like voting for battle stage. I could be completely wrong about that because I do not play battle stage a lot, but I believe that's when we got that. So that was a good change in my opinion. And yeah, overall I just say great way to start off season. But the rest of the season has been really dead. Like the first few weeks, really cool. The last few weeks have been really dead, and the changes they made at the end of the season have been horrendous. They decided to, instead of selling all the jam tracks at once in the shop, and we could buy just any jam track at any time, outside of like the battle pass ones and some of the free ones they gave away, which I'm not going to get into that right now, because I've made a video talking about that back during season 1 actually, where I talked about jam track exclusivity, which I don't think is a good thing, but I've talked about that. I don't want to get in that too much here, but basically they made the FOMO in Festival so much worse recently, and it's just really disappointing in my opinion. And I do think this will hurt Festival in the long run. I don't think it's gonna be good, and you know, maybe it sucks so bad they'll just end up reverting it. Who knows? We can only hope. But yeah, basically, if this season kept up what it was doing at the beginning, I feel like it would be a lot higher ranked. I'd probably put it above season 1. I don't know if I put it above season 3 or season 6. Definitely not above season 4. But maybe it could have been better than season 1. But just due to the bad changes they made this season, yeah, just kind of ruined it for me in my opinion. Alright, if you guys enjoyed that video, consider leaving a like and subscribing and using code WATSOG in the Fortnite item shop. Also remember, at 2,000 subscribers, I'm going to be ranking every single Fortnite skin, so make sure to subscribe. Alright, see you in the next one. Later.